It's the Beginner Locksmith, and today we're going to go over key programmers. What features should you look for in a key programmer? Stay tuned and find out. What I mean by reviews evidence. So for each of these machines, they have reviews, and you can look into them on forums, on Reddit, Facebook groups, wherever, even on YouTube, right? Like this has many good reviews from other locksmiths. So does this. This not so much, right? So let me give you an example. So yes, there's lots of reviews, good reviews on the Km100, but there's also a lot of evidence that it's good. You can go on YouTube. It gets all testimonials on it. It does really well. The same for the Km100 Pro. I mistakenly bought this around hype, not reviews, hype. Because the original one, Ninja 1000, my mentor would hype that up, talk about how it's the best. I'm like, oh, he wouldn't lie to me, so I'll get the new version. Yet this new version of the Ninja Pro has been ass for me. There's no way to put it. It's been ass. Right? Only recently I've seen people succeed, have some success with it, but they all say it's an okay programmer at best. So I don't know why I spent good money on something that's okay at best, but there's just so much evidence of it being not great at all. So that's what I mean. So remember, having good reviews is important, not hype. Good reviews. I fell for hype when this came out, and I bought it when it first came out. I'm hoping he can prove me wrong and it'll keep getting better, but this has good reviews, this has good reviews, and you can see these two, and there's lots of evidence on it. There's very little evidence of this being good, and to be honest, it hasn't been good for me at all. How many key programmers will you need? Well, for sure you'll need more than one, because no key programmer does it all. How many key programmers depends on the size of your operation and what vehicles you are servicing. So, for example, for the size of my operation, this has been enough, right? I'm currently only servicing Asian or domestic vehicles, and I haven't really needed much more. Well, mainly these two. This actually, I haven't really touched this. I've been keeping up with updates, but it's let me down in the beginning, and well, I just focus on using these two. But honestly, these have been enough for what I'm doing right now, for the types of jobs I'm getting. And as my business grows, I'll get more key programmers as I spread maybe into European in the future, once I get better, once I get trained for that, or maybe a key programmer for motorcycles, specialized in motorcycles, But for what I'm doing, for the vehicles, the general vehicles I'm getting, this has been fine. All right, I haven't needed more than this, but as you find yourself going into European motorcycles or some other specialty vehicles, you'll notice that you'll need more key programmers for more coverage. To go back to my original point, no key programmer can do it all. I'll give you one of my examples. I remember once my Km100 failed me, which is probably the best programmer I have right now. I had to do an all keys loss on a G37 Infinity 2012, and it couldn't read the pin. I tried a couple times. I'm like, crud. I thought I was doing something wrong, but then I tried the Km100 Pro. I had the customer on his way within 20 minutes after that. So that's important. It's important to have more than one, because as good as the Autel Km100 is, it can't do it all, And I needed that backup of my Km100 Pro. Yeah. So another aspect is, does a key programmer have good support, right? It's like, Autel honestly has excellent support. I can call them, I've asked them questions, and they've solved some of my problems. The Km100 Pro, X-Force, they do have decent support. Unfortunately, sometimes, they don't understand what you're asking because of the language barrier and things like that. But, they respond, and they have some decent ways of communicating with them. It's not the best, but, it's alright. They're great. I'm topped on, even though they have great support, I think they have decent support. They responded to all my questions and stuff. Sadly, they back up crappy products, so, it is what it is. I'm hoping it's been better. Like I said, I haven't touched it in a good minute. Today will be the first day I touched it in a while, but, Hopefully it's gone better, but honestly their support is great. So that's another aspect to look at a good key programmer. Do they have good ways of contacting, like, email, phone, whatever, through their key programmers like Xforce? I contacted a lot through their app, through the Key Tool Max Pro, and ask them questions. So yeah, does the key programmer you want to get have good support? For the key programmer's price point, does it have versatility? Does it have a specialty? And is it easy to use? These are things you should also look for. I'll start with the ninjapro, just a minute review. It does not have a versatility. For the price point of $400 to $500, it was not worth it. It has some surrounding features that I liked, but the main feature, key programming, it has failed me pretty much every time. I've been keeping up with the updates, so I'm hoping to try it real soon, and hopefully it can prove me wrong, but honestly, it's been a huge disappointment. The Key Tool Max Pro has been great. At a price point of $400 to $500, couldn't ask for a better machine. I would say it specializes in ignition keys and maybe some Nissan Infinity push start keys, because that's what I've used it for the most. And finally, the Km100. This is by far the most bang for your buck you'll ever get. Been the best machine I've ever used. It's easy, it's effective, it does everything you need it to do and more. For the price point of $400 to $500, man, they sure don't make machines like this. But I do want to demonstrate all their abilities, so I'll put all three of these in a key programming battle. The test will be a Honda Insight 2013. They're going to get 3 tries. They're going to use the all keys loss function to program this key, then the add a key function to program this key DIY key. They each get 3 tries, but if they fail the all keys loss function, then they will not get to try the key DIY, the add a key function. So let's get to it. So the first up is a ninjapro. We're going to do the all keys lost in function and the add a key function. It's plugged in through the VCI. This key's already programmed, so we'll just see if it at least keeps the key programmed. This key's a key DIY. It's not programmed. See that flashing green key? That's the immobilizer light. That's a security light. So yeah, this key's not programmed. Okay. Emo, bin, auto bin. Honda. So the auto bin isn't as good as Km100's, but whatever. It's okay, I guess. Yes. Honda immobilizer. They already have the ignition on. There we go. Key. All keys lost. So seems pretty standard. Turn off ignition. The light's not there, so that's a good sign. Okay. Okay. Yep.
seems good. Buttons work. Now add a key. Okay. Now inserting my key DIY key. No mobilizer light. Okay, seems like it's good. Okay, cool. The buttons seem to work. So, is the ninjapro easy to use? Definitely. Is it versatile? Honestly, this is the first time I've actually successfully programmed a key with it. So, I can't give it versatility. I have been keeping up with updates, like I said before. I'm gonna keep using it, and maybe it does have versatility now. But as of right now, since this is the only key it's programmed successfully done for me, no, it does not have versatility. Okay. Now, does it have a specialty? Honestly, I can't say that it does, because if it's only good at Hondas, then that's a crappy specialty, because that's the bare minimum in my opinion. My Km100 and Key2 Max Pro can both do Hondas all day, every day. So if that's its specialty, that's a lame ass specialty. I can't recommend based off that. But like I said, now that it's finally doing something, hey, maybe it got better. I'll bring it out more often. All right, now let's go to the Key2 Max Pro. So now we're gonna do with the Key2 Max Pro. Right, we're gonna do the all keys lost function and add a key function. So as you can see, the key DIY key, it's not programmed. I regenerated it, so it's like a new key now. So let's see. So is it easy to use? We'll see right now. So the first thing you'll notice is there's no Honda Insight option. Right? So what do? Select by type. This is kind of a neat trick I like with ignition keys. Okay. Let me just place it somewhere comfortably. Okay, cool. So now it took me to where I need to be. We're gonna do lost key first. Okay, so no light. Cool. So it still works. Now we're going to do add a key. Oops, I messed up fat fingers. There we go. Add a key. Watch closely. Secure access. Okay, then we're returning ignition key, DIY key. So no theft light. Turn off ignition. Switch ignition on. Awesome. So so a little about the Key Max Pro. It is easy to use. It does have versatility, and for the price point of $400 to $500, it's been great. And it is great with Hondas. So Hondas, I would say, ignition Asian vehicles is specialty. If it has an ignition key and maybe some Nissan push start keys, and it does have versatility. So I generally love this. It saved me when even my Km100 couldn't program a key, namely Nissan Infinity push start keys. So anyway, now we're moving on to the Km100. Km100's next, all keys lost option. We're gonna turn on. You'll see this key DIY key is not programmed anymore. I mean, this one is, but I said again, all keys lost. Emo. So I mean, it's pretty easy. Auto VIN. Okay. Now blade key. Okay, so you'll notice that this is easier than the other two. And you can do an emo status scan. Okay. Taking longer than usual. I don't like it, but there we go. 2, cool. Everything seems normal. We'll go to all keys lost. Start. Turn off the ignition. Turn on the ignition using the same key. Keep on. No, we'll just do that one for now. Turn off ignition. Turn on ignition. Turn off ignition. Turn on ignition. The overlights light is in fact out. Yes. Turn off ignition. Okay. So, I mean, turns on, right? No light. Buttons work. Okay, cool. Now let's go to add a key guide. We're going to program our key DOY key. So start. Okay. Turn off ignition. Turn on ignition using the register key. Okay, so in this case, yes, right? Turn off ignition. Insert new key and turn on ignition. Cool. No, that's it. Turn off ignition. Did the mobilizer go out? Yes, it did. Cool. I mean, I expected it, to be honest, but it's the Km100. Turn off ignition. So does it work? The buttons seem to work. Car starts fine. So, a couple things with a Km100. For its price point of $400 to $500, is it easy to use? Most definitely, as you guys saw. Is it versatile? Oh, yes it is. There's other specialties. I would say pretty much most push start vehicles, you know. Every now and then a run this thing can't do, but that's far in between. You know, that's very few times. You know, so I can't say anything bad about the Km100. You know. All right, guys. That's pretty much it for the programming battle.
So I wanted to get my final thoughts on the key programming battle. I think we can all agree the Km100 did it best. Top down was fine, although that's the first time it's ever programmed a key for me. I would not count on it, and I'm gonna try to bring it out more to see if I can do anything else, but it genuinely surprised me. And also want to show you one more thing with the Key2 Max Pro. You can see 4th generation right there. Okay. If you know what you're doing, if you want to mentally prepare what you're walking into, see this is the all keys locks function. It'll let you know what's going to happen, so you can mentally prepare. And that a key function right there. There we go. Well guys, I hope I showed you guys what to look for in a key programmer, and thanks for watching.